Welcome to the Welsh Yogi podcast.
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine.
Right. Another podcast.
Another day.
So, back to you're saying we need a higher table. So
I just want to be able to lean.
yes. Yeah.
It'd have to be bigger.
There's something more. This is how it used. I remember we used to have a bit of a lean on.
Yes, we're getting a bit like.
Now it feels like I'm a news presenter.
So what is in the news today in Bhakta-rupa?
There's
What
always
is in the news? Well, we're thinking of going through another book, right? We've tried and failed a few times since the critically acclaimed, successful Śrīla Prabhupāda series. Some say that was the golden era in the Welsh Yogi podcast. And
Nectar Instruction as well.
Nectar Instruction, we tried. We didn't get all the way through. Easy Journey to Other Planets to be successful. And you're going to Life in Leicester on a Farm on Tuesday, right? How's that? Go on. How's that come about? Like?
Yeah, just I saw a flyer.
Do you?
Yeah, as Lisa posted it in the community group. Future Farmers Apprenticeship. And I thought I'll do that.
We've been talking a lot about farms recently. And we've got a farm, so...
It seems like a theme of life.
So we're looking after the cows and...
That's the thing. The only reason we exist is because of farms.
Yeah.
What?
Well, without farms, what would you eat?
Yeah, it's true. Someone's farming it out there somewhere.
Like we totally forgot that all the food we eat comes from a farm.
All right. Well...
I don't want to talk about farm. I don't know.
Yeah, when you've gone away and come back, you like...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Knowledge, like, you know?
I've been helping out on this T. Krishna farm. And it's just like connecting to the earth. It's just, you talked about it in the last podcast.
Yeah.
But just these four elements.
Already. I'm sick of
farms.
I'm sick of talking about farms.
Okay. Why'd you bring it up then?
Because my heart is, I'm going to miss you.
I'm going to miss everyone.
You know, I think I'm going to miss not only your presence in the podcast, but just in general, you've been a friend, and we got to stay in touch. You got to come down every month.
I keep coming back. It's only for 1 year anyway.
I know, but you know, one year will feel like a millennium.
Yeah.
You guys tamni mishi now.
It's just one flash in the eternal journey.
I remember Bhakta-rupa when he's first coming along with his big frizzy, big hair and talking about art and you know, I look at you.
Yeah.
He's growing, like, you know.
Yeah.
Old, getting old.
Wiser.
Getting wise, yeah.
Keeping my mouth shut. More. This fool remains hidden until he opens his mouth. So I'm gone back into hiding.
Right. Well, this book,
EJOP.
it's Srila Prabhupada writes, it's dedicated to the scientists of the world. With the blessings of His Divine Grace, Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, my spiritual master.
It's the first book Prabhupada ever wrote as a book.
He wrote this while he was in India.
Did we
before he
mention
came to
what
the
book it
West.
was? Easy Journey to Other Planets.
Yeah. Do we have this in print right now? Or
We're going to get it in print.
okay, great.
Again, it's going to be reprinted, so...
Written in 1956, if I remember.
What was Prabhupada like? What was he doing at this time when he wrote this book? What was his where was his mission at?
He was he was between Vrindavan and Delhi, and he was selling Back to Godhead magazines. And then he went into some tea shop or something, and someone said, "Swamiji, you should write books because magazines are kind of disposable." So then he wrote this at the time of the space race. When the Russians and the Americans were racing to get a man on the moon.
Right.
So this is Easy Journey to Other Planets. It's very topical and cutting edge, especially for a
1956, you said?
60-year-old. He's like Tarkanath's age when he wrote this.
It's also quite amazing. 1956, and he started he came over to America in 1966. And that's, and even then he was struggling in America, but that's 10 years of solidly writing books, writing magazines, distributing them yourself, and effectively getting nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Like really trying. Like we'd say, like, oh, we're having a program. We might get a bit disheartened if not many people come, or we go out and distribute books and it gets a little tough. We don't have a good day. Prabhupada was doing it solidly on his own that's from when he wrote the book is 10 years, not to mention the 10 years before that where, Prabhupada's setting the example of just diligently trying and executing service to please Krishna.
You ever seen the TV show Abhay Charan?
No, you meant
it's all on YouTube. It's like made in the 90s, so it's recorded with the same cameras as Saved by the Bell. It's got that kind of 90s chef's kiss aesthetic, but it's like it goes from Prabhupada's birth all the way to his whole life story. It's Leelamrita, but made in a TV series, and it's all English.
I saw the episode where they, the Bhakta-rupa Prema episode.
Oh yeah, the Falgu Bhagavan.
Yeah, where the guy curses him.
Yeah. But no, it's a good watch. If someone wants a little binge watch that's Krishna conscious, just Abhay, Abhay, Charan on YouTube. And it's all there. It's fantastic. And it feels Bengali. It feels like Mayapur and Calcutta. It's got that feeling. So if you want to go back to Mayapur without having to go there.
Abhay Charan.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
bit of a plug, but people need something to binge, isn't it? If you don't binge on that, what will you binge on?
There's a few people. Ben was telling me someone who's binging the Welsh Yogi podcast at the minute.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a proper binge.
Respect.
All right. So who wants to start with the preface? Read along at home if you want.
Okay.
Prema's got that narration voice, hasn't he?
We'll see.
Do you want to use that?
No, I got that. It's all right.
All right, sorry.
I got the.
Sorry.
Sorry, bro.
Okay. No, you're okay.
Please accept my
You're excused. You're excused. Okay. Preface. A living being, especially civilized man, has a natural desire to live forever in happiness. This is quite natural because in his original state, the living being is both eternal and joyful. However, in the present conditioned state of life, he is engaged in a struggle against recurring birth and death. Therefore, he has attained neither happiness nor immortality.
You would be a good audiobook. You'd be good at speaking audiobook.
As I was reading that, it just kind of hit me that, bam, the weight of like what he's saying immediately. It's quite powerful to kick off.
Wait, immediately.
Just straight.
Oh, okay.
He's just getting into it. No.
Immediately means like right now,
away.
straight away. Yeah.
The latest desire.
Thanks for the.
The latest desire man has developed is the desire to travel to other planets. This is also quite natural because he has the constitutional right to go to any part of the material or spiritual skies. Such traveling is very tempting and exciting because these skies are full of unlimited globes of varying qualities, and they are occupied by all types of living entities. The desire to travel there can be fulfilled by the process of yoga, which serves as a means by which one can transfer himself to whatever planet he likes, possibly to planets where life is not only eternal and blissful, but where there are multiple varieties of enjoyable energies.
Multiple varieties of enjoyable energies. That's nice.
Anyone who can attain the freedom of the spiritual planets need never return to this miserable land of birth, old age, disease, and death.
Mam upetya panujan ma dakalayam ashashvatam napnavantni dakunteya punnajanamnavidyate.
Is that from the highest planet to the lowest?
No, that is
Similar.
Brahma Bhuvana Loka Puniravidanojana.
Okay.
Napnavantni Mahatmanasa. Yeah, anyway. Cut that bit out.
What was your verse, the first one?
That was the it's all the
Kalayama Shashvatam.
yeah, it's a temporary and miserable. But one who comes to my planet never has to come back here again.
Reassurance.
Yeah. And he's also interesting. The reason I was trying to quote that verse is just because when you read the Bhagavad Gita enough in the Bhagavatam, you see how Prabhupada thinks in verses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like sometimes he'll just give like an English, and then if you know it, you're like, that's a verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes a whole paragraph or a whole page, you can see he's breaking down a verse.
Yeah.
But he might not reference it, but you can see
It's like a wink. Like as you learn the verses, it's like, oh yeah, he's doing that. You know what I mean? It's like
Prabhupada's winking at you.
yeah, he's like, for those who know, there's a little one for you.
Or do you ever get a sense of what verse he's going to quote is coming? Like sometimes you can read the verse and there's a certain word in there and he's going to quote that. Anyway, one can attain this stage of perfection very easily by his individual effort. He can simply follow in his own home the prescribed method of bhakti yoga. This method, under proper guidance, is simple and enjoyable. An attempt is made herein to give information to the people in general, and to philosophers and religionists in particular, as to how one can transfer oneself to other planets by this process of bhakti yoga, the highest of all yogic processes.
I mean, that's cool, isn't it? They want to, like Kim was saying the other day, she wanted to talk to the dead.
The spirits.
She wanted to talk to ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
And the council.
So it's
of
like,
elders.
if you're like, you want to go to other planets. I remember looking at the stars and thinking, that's insane.
Yeah.
Well, what's going on up there? And how recently the American government have released all their information about UFOs and aliens and stuff. And
Oh yeah.
but like,
What did it?
okay, let's not go there. But like, you want to see like this is. If you want to go to other planets in the universe and know what's out there, then this book is giving you the way to do it. That's pretty cool.
That's my favorite part of or one of my favorite parts of I think it's the purport to the first verse of the Bhagavatam. And Śrīla Prabhupāda mentions that tendency that man has to just look up into the starry sky and really like...
Wonder about their inhabitants.
Yeah, wonder. And I like how he's gearing it towards that kind of person, like preaching towards them. You can travel all around the universe, just adopt this process of bhakti yoga. But there are these planets where the miseries of birth, old age and death, they're not there at all, so he's kind of like hinting, maybe you want to go there, maybe you want to check out that, but you can try other places, you can have a look at it. Expert.
And also he says life on other planets, like that's a given. He doesn't even, it's not even like a...
Well, that's what they did when they released before they released these UFO alien files. They sent a warning to all like Christian pastors saying, be prepared now to like maybe adjust what your conception of the universe is, because seems like we've got evidence that there's life being visited by life forms from other planets. But for us, it's not an issue.
No.
Like it's taken for granted that there's life, there's so many universes, and each universe has so many planets that are just teeming with life. And different life forms with different types of bodies to suit the particular planet. And
even if you just take a scoop of earth, there's like so many bugs and mud and worms and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much life in just one handful of dirt.
It was described as even life on the sun planet, but they have like fiery bodies, living entities in order to live there.
Charizard and...
or like the Gorgons from Zelda. Okay.
Hey, listen.
So, Bhakta-rupa, do you kick us off with chapter 1?
Chapter 1, Anti-Material Worlds. Materialistic science may one day finally discover the eternal anti-material world, which has for so long been unknown to the wranglers of gross materialism.
Anti-material world.
Regarding the scientist's present conception of antimatter, the Times of India, October 27, 1959. Okay, so my date was probably wrong. Yeah, it was 1959, I think he wrote it.
Oh, yeah, what do you say, 1956?
1956. Yeah, I knew it was a 6 or a 9.
Well, Prabhupada probably could see forward in time.
Yeah, so you knew the article in the future. Yeah. All right, I'll buy it. So yeah, they published the following news release. Quote, Stockholm, October 26, 1959. 2 American atomic scientists were awarded the 1959 Nobel Physics Prize today for the discovery of the antiproton, proving that matter exists in 2 forms, as particles and antiparticles. They are Italian-born Dr. Emilio Sergei, 69, and Dr. Owen Chamberlain, born in San Francisco. According to one of the fundamental assumptions of the new theory, there may exist another world, or an anti-world, built up of antimatter. This antimaterial world would consist of an atomic and subatomic particle spinning in reverse orbits to those of the world we know. If these 2 worlds should ever clash, they would both be annihilated in one blinding flash.
So what are the scientists, what did they discover? They zoomed in and they found that
Antiprotons, it says, isn't it?
proving that matter exists in 2 forms. Maybe Cheyenne would...
Yeah, where's Cheyenne when you need him?
Where's Cheyenne to send us all to sleep? Like.
All right. Do you want to crack on, or shall I?
Crack on, is it? You can go and read for a bit more.
Sure. In this statement, the following propositions are put forward. Number 1, there is an antimaterial atom or particle which is made up of the anti-qualities of material atoms. 2, there is another world besides this material world, of which we only have a limited experience. Number 3, the antimaterial and material worlds may clash at a certain period and may annihilate one another. Out of these 3 items, we, the students of the theistic science, can fully agree with items 1 and 2.
That's what, while we're writing, I think in a sort of UK government level or whatever, in terms of ISKCON, when they're writing up, I think something to do with our charity or some document. One of the devotees in Leicester, Pradyumna Prabhu, he's suggesting that instead of religion, we're not a religion, we put theistic science. Anyway, as Prabhupada's mentioned, yeah. So.
Theistic science. That's different to religion.
I'd say, I don't know, and yes, it depends on what baggage or connotations ever attached to religion, isn't it, the word?
Mm-hmm. So we can fully agree with items 1 and 2, but we cannot agree with item 3 only within limited scientific definition of antimatter. The difficulty lies in the fact that the scientist's conception of antimatter extends only to another variety of material energy, whereas the real antimatter must be entirely antimaterial.
So he's saying what they've discovered as antimatter isn't actually spirit. It's not actually like the it's still Prabhupada's saying it's just another type of matter.
Okay.
What they've discovered. And Prabhupada's saying the true antimatter is actually described in the Vedic literature, which is the element of consciousness. I'm not going to try and do another verse. Apariyamitastav anyam prakritim vidi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yadam tirte jagat. Krishna, out of there's earth, water, fire, air, these material energies, but there's another higher energy that is jiva bhuta. It's made up of the living entities which are trying to exploit the material nature.
Okay. I see. So Prabhupada's analyzing the scientist's desire to discover this different kind of energy, which would point to this other, this existence of another world, but they're not quite like figuring out that that's the spiritual energy or the energy of consciousness. Is it?
Yeah, Prabhupada's saying they're saying they think there's matter and antimatter, and in one sense they're right, but what they're looking at as antimatter is just another type of matter, and the Vedic literature is giving actually what they're really looking for, which is I think he's granting them the principle's right.
The fan's going on my brain. My engine is okay, what's...
I think we just carry on reading because it is...
When I read this first time, the same thing happened to my brain. Antimatter, matter. The only matter I know is matter paneer.
Chili paneer.
It's a little joke for those who know what matter from you.
For those, it's, cheese and peas.
Flash up an image on
Yeah.
on the screen for
Cheese
everyone.
and peas.
Yes. Right, where am I? What's
My
going
favourite
on?
meal is cheese and peas.
Cheese and peas.
Difficulty lies in the matter as it is. Is that what we are?
Sure.
Go on.
Where? Do you want to carry on?
Matter as it is constituted, that one, is it?
Is subjected to annihilation, but antimatter, if it is to be free from all material symptoms, must also be free from annihilation by its very nature. Because he's saying, like, the scientists are putting forward that if the anti-material and the material collide, it could destroy one another. And Prabhupada's saying, well, no, antimatter can't be destroyed because it's the opposite. So,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
So if matter is destructible and separable, antimatter must be indestructible and inseparable. We shall try to discuss these propositions from the angle of authentic scriptural vision. Very interesting. Prabhupada's language here is so like, we'd say like outreachy when he's speaking. Like he hasn't even been to America yet. He's still living in India. He's he wrote and edited this himself.
Wow.
The most widely recognized scriptures in the world are the Vedas. The Vedas have been divided into 4 parts: Sama, Yajur, Rig, and Atharva. The subject matter of the Vedas is very difficult for a man of ordinary understanding. For elucidation, the 4 Vedas are explained in the historical epic called the Mahabharata and in 18 Puranas. The Ramayana is also a historical epic which contains all the necessary information from the Vedas. So the 4 Vedas, the original Ramayana by Valmiki, the Mahabharata, and the Puranas are classified as Vedic literatures. The Upanishads are parts of the 4 Vedas, and the Vedanta Sutras represent the cream of the Vedas. To summarize all these Vedic literatures, the Bhagavad Gita is accepted as the essence of all Upanishads and the preliminary explanation of the Vedanta Sutras. One may then conclude that, from the Bhagavad Gita alone, one can have the essence of the Vedas, for it is spoken by Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who descends upon this material world from the anti-material world in order to give complete information of the superior form of energy. The superior form of energy of the personality of Godhead is described in the Bhagavad Gita as para-prakriti. The scientists have recently discovered that there are 2 forms of perishable matter, but the Bhagavad Gita describes more perfectly the concept of matter and antimatter in the terms of 2 forms of energy. Matter is an energy which creates the material world, and the same energy in its superior form also creates the anti-material or transcendental world. The living entities belong to the category of superior energy. The inferior energy or material energy is called apara prakriti. In the Bhagavad Gita, the creative energy is thus presented in 2 forms, namely apara and para prakriti.
Okay, now we're really getting into it, isn't it?
Should we read a bit more then, or do you want to give reflections now? I mean, I'll just read this little bit then, because
Yeah.
matter itself has no creative power. When it is manipulated by the living energy, material things are produced. Matter in its crude form is therefore the latent energy of the Supreme Being.
What is crude?
Crude, like,
Crude oil, raw oil.
Okay.
yeah, or like not evolved,
Mm.
you know, like,
Unrefined.
yeah,
And latent?
latent.
Lagging.
Okay.
Latency.
Speaking in my... Yeah, okay. Got that.
Yeah, or like dormant or something.
Okay. Matter in its crude form is therefore the latent energy of the Supreme Being. Wow.
Any thoughts, Bhakta-rupa?
For me, it's interesting because the first time I never got through this book before, and my brain finds it really hard to understand the language of it.
Oh, really?
But I love the Bhagavad Gita, which came later. Just interesting. Like my brain is like trying to scramble to understand. Like it makes the concept harder for me to understand somehow. But I think I honestly think Prabhupada's writing to a more intelligent class than me in this book. Because he's aiming at scientists and like academics potentially.
I don't know. I mean, is it just maybe the matter and antimatter thing throwing you off a little bit?
Yeah, big time.
I think it's just that maybe just that language, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just lagging.
Yeah, he's just saying antimatter to now he's mentioned transcendental and para. So he's just, once he starts changing the language.
Yeah, spiritual and material makes sense to my head, isn't it?
Yeah, so.
Sorry. Yeah, he's just like hooking people in, isn't he, with this first part kind of, and I guess especially hooking these scientists in, these scientific-minded people, curious about the advancement of science and the discoveries that the scientists are making and what the journey that they're on.
Yeah, he's trying to give faith. So because most people they have more faith in this scientific article than they do in Bhagavad Gita. So the tactic is, well, this article, if you believe this, then this is corroborated and improved by the knowledge from the Bhagavad Gita. And then, like Sadaputta, who's like one of a great, brilliant mathematician and scientist, he would say that we just need to, for us, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is enough. That's enough evidence. For those who don't accept that yet, then we have to use empirical evidence from our senses in order to, give people enough faith so that they can trust the Bhagavad Gita.
Right, yeah.
So.
I'm chilling. I'm just confused.
I'm just gonna miss you.
Antimatter.
You should come over to Raman's and make him some halloumi burgers or whatever.
No, is it?
Maybe not now because he's just had a feast, but he used to like your burgers, didn't he?
Yeah, I come tomorrow.
Yeah. But tomorrow I think.
Oh, you're busy.
We can have some Raj Boga for Jack and Apple.
Nice.
I was thinking like when you're a kid and just being outside of Krishna consciousness, there's so much faith in science and the scientists and the different news articles saying, scientists have discovered this and now they've discovered that, and there's so much faith in that in the general populace generally. And then sometimes there'll be a backlash and people will be like, no, this is nonsense.
Yeah. But people think they're intelligent if they believe it.
Well, I remember going to Swansea Uni when I was in like secondary school. They took us in for like a talk on string theory.
String theory?
Yeah, it was just physicsy. And it was exactly like this kind of language where it was like, we've discovered the negative matter and how the universe folds, and we're within this multitude structure of empathy, whatever he was saying. And I thought it was clever because I couldn't understand it. Like it was so like, I was like, I'm here and listening to this. But I couldn't understand the thing he was saying. And I feel like you have to be so like brainy to actually process what they're saying that it kind of bamboozles those persons which aren't brainy by nature. So it's like, oh yeah, I can't understand this, so it must be real. Whereas when I read Bhagavad Gita, material, spiritual, and marginal energies, so simple. Anyone can understand it. So like real knowledge, real wisdom is succinct and simple. Whereas scientific things, anti-material, material, I'm like, twist it, a little bit of a knot in my brain,
And I think also Srila Prabhupada's genius when he's writing his books, how he can present the most elevated and, complicated or lofty topics. And he can present them to just people who are like us, who are completely alien to the culture, the original language it was spoken, have no reference points apart from just our own lived experience. And Prabhupada can present it in such a way that then you get, those of us who've just read Prabhupada's books just after a few months can, trump a Catholic monk or someone who's been studying religion for so long, because the Prabhupada's such a powerful teacher.
That's an amazing point. Like, how did he, from a material standpoint, it's inconceivable how, because he's been in India his whole life, but he could just write these literatures and know how to time, place, and circumstance, how to.
Yeah,
it's just, that's so inconceivable.
He's empowered by. That's when you have these religious historians, and they were saying actually what Prabhupada did, it's even better than any previous prophets or anyone like that, because all the previous great religious teachers and prophets, they were speaking to people of their own culture, in their own language, in their own country. But Prabhupada was speaking in a different culture, different country, different language to people, generations, his different age, and still managed to communicate this.
Yeah, and one thing you see when you read Lilamrita or Abhay Charan, you see how Prabhupada was such an expert businessman. Like, he knows how to market things, he understands an audience, and even when he came over to New York, he just used to ride the bus around and just observe the Western people.
They call it environmental scanning in the business world.
Exactly, but he knew to do that. And he spent a long time just riding the bus one way and then riding it back and just observing. And like, they went to Sally Agarwal's and all these PTFA people, they all came over, and it's just, he's so like, because it's kind of representing something from somewhere else to that audience. I don't know, he's a genius,
Yeah, it's a mix. And also, I mean, Prabhupada revealed once as well, didn't he, how Krishna actually sent him down in order to write these books. And Prabhupada said, I don't want to go there. Or Prabhupada would listen to his own books being read, and Prabhupada would go, this is amazing. He said, because I did not write these books.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's interesting how there's this like transcendental tag team between Prabhupada's own intelligence and genius to apply eternal principles according to time, place, and circumstance in such a way that even now, 60 years later, we can pick up a book and written by Prabhupada, and it can deeply affect us. And that mixed with the tag team partner of Krishna's, God's spiritual energy, just orchestrating the whole scene.
Like, someone recently asked me, like, oh, you were a monk for X amount of years. Did you have any deep spiritual realizations? And I was trying to remember what my deep spiritual realizations are. And they always tend to be when I'm sat down and I read some Prabhupada book, and it just kind of like, it's just clean, and it's like epiphany, and just like, oh yeah. Like, I knew, it's like, oh yeah. And you just find peace in like the truth. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and the fact that, like, if someone said, what's your deep spiritual realization? It's also like, my realization is that I know for a fact that there's a God, and I know for a fact that we are eternal living entities, and that we do not die, and that this life is temporary. I know it for an absolute fact. And if someone else wants to know it for a fact, then they have to, like we say all the time, engage in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
I mean, that's profound. We take it for granted, the fact that we like understand this.
Yeah, he gives you a high level of faith from the beginning. Like other maybe spiritual people, they've got a bit of faith, but like, I just feel, like you said, obviously God is real. Obviously. Whereas when I was a teenager or before that, it was like, I don't know. Now it's like obvious. And even if I want to go and pretend he isn't, I still know he's there.
Yeah.
And I know he's watching.
I was just thinking, you can really like take shelter. You can actually take real shelter in the books. You can. They can actually like reciprocate with you and comfort you. And there's something that I always find comforting about them, is just knowing that for the rest of my life, I have this wisdom that I can continually study and read, and it will just go deeper and deeper and deeper. And who can say that they're set for the rest of their life with wisdom, with literatures that just go deeper and deeper and deeper. Prabhupada's given us the the gift of a lifetime, something to relish for your whole life, and after that, eternally, go into that. But I find that real comforting. Okay, I've got my books now for the rest of my life. There'll be other, but I got my core reading for the rest of my life, and I just can't wait to just travel deeper into these books and understand them in a deeper way, and see how that changes reality, my understanding of reality. So thank you, Śrīla Prabhupāda.
Yeah, thank you, Śrīla Prabhupāda.
I just love the Bhagavad Gita as well. Bhagavad Gita is like my friend. Like like a good old friend. Like you haven't seen them for ages, and then you go and see them, and it's like, I feel like that with Bhagavad Gita. Like every time you go back to it, say you have a week off or whatever, and then you read like a couple of verses, and it's just like, this is so active. It's so living. Like the word is alive.
And if you go to it looking for, like, in a moment of curiosity about something in specific, you'd be really surprised what you flip it open. I mean, we don't generally advise just flipping it open, but like
flipping it open is better than just leaving it closed.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. You can really find some gems in the moment if you're looking for something. If you're looking for an answer to a certain question.
Something I recently discovered in the Bhagavad Gita is there's an index at the back, and there's all different themes. So that you could find something.
All the different words and stuff.
Will you find, say, something like Arjuna surrendering to fight, and there'll be like 10 different verses from all over the Bhagavad Gita. So I just like write them down and go through all the verses. It's like a new way to read it, because Srila Maharaj says you've got to study it, isn't it?
I think, yeah.
And you can see then, actually, these themes are like thread throughout the whole Bhagavad Gita. Like he'll mention one theme in like 4 or 5 different chapters, like a lot. Like it's always woven through. So it's like really, for that reason, you can kind of just open it and pick up on some of these themes. Like there's more dimensions to it than just like reading Harry Potter or something.
Yeah, you can go into one line of the Bhagavad Gita, one word. You can examine and go and plunge deep into its depth. And
if you want to travel to other planets, then just flip open the Bhagavatam. You'd be all around the universe,
True.
And beyond. It's like, it's crazy, It's like,
what's that sage
so
when
awesome.
they go around on a spaceship?
There's a few of those.
Kadama. Is it Kadama?
Yeah.
On the mansion.
Yeah, I love that bit.
I just read that actually.
Yeah. And he has
I was thinking,
that is crazy.
And he has like couches and
sounds good.
Yeah.
He splits himself into many forms as well. From what I've heard.
Yeah, from what I viewed.
Readers,
From what I viewed.
Those who have read it will know.
Yeah.
But he goes everywhere. He goes to the heavenly planets. He goes down to He never goes down, actually. Even if you hear the description of Gajendra, where he is, it's like beaches, but instead of sand, they've got diamonds and rubies and sapphires. And
Is it?
yeah, that's what I mean. This universe is more than Port Talbot.
Yeah. Well, there's because there's also like there's hells, and there's like there's lower heavenly planets which are like advanced sort of like, I don't know, like space, like from
like Sweden.
Yeah, or like from Blade Runner or something. You know what I mean? Like,
they've got loads of like good karma, but they don't believe in God.
Yeah.
So their good karma unlocks like technology and like advanced.
And they don't age.
They don't age.
So it's like you can get, if you live a good life, but you don't believe in God, then your reward almost, or what you get, is like you get a world of heavenly enjoyment.
But it's subterranean.
But it's and it's demoniac. So it's based on like,
reptiles,
electricity, and like
the serpent's heads are giving off
it's
the light.
It's lit by the jewels.
Yes.
From their heads. And then at a certain time, the Sudarshan chakra comes and just kills them all.
It's cool. The Bhagavatam, that's a good point, isn't it? If you want to travel around, you can through hearing. You don't even have to go there.
Yeah.
And this,
It's right there.
yeah.
That whole thing.
Because the real traveling does happen in your own heart and consciousness. Because if you think now, if you go to, anyone who's been traveling even, they'll understand like, you just end up just going to different places, but you're still taking your brain with you and your mind.
Yeah.
So you realize like, it could be in a different environment, but your experience is you're still locked in this body and you're limited by the senses. And this is the point that Prabhupada also makes, that you can go to the moon planet, but you can't access. You go to any other planet, but with this current body and these senses, you can't access or experience what the environment has to offer because you're locked in this particular body. That's can only experience a very limited scope of what's even going on this Earth planet.
Yeah. You're imprisoned by your own mind. It's like that, like the Matrix. Because that's what I said to Tarkanath, because I'm going down this farm in Leicester. I said, it might be helpful because at the moment I tend to be a bit like fault-findy. Like I find fault in other people. And he's like, you're still going to do that there. He's like, nothing's going to change. Like, that's your problem.
That broccoli sucks.
Yeah. But I said, I've been watching myself and I see that I sometimes, act out of false ego. And then he goes, there's your problem. You're watching yourself too much. You should be thinking of Krishna. And I was like, fair play. Like, he just it was like clean. Like when it's like, that's what.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm watching myself too much.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about, I'm such a fault finder.
That's such a guru thing to say. Like,
He sees it right.
He just cut me off. Like he twisted me the wrong way. Like it was jujitsu.
That's the sort of thing you expect to see. Like you go into some cave in the Himalayas and some sage speaks to you. Like
exactly. Yeah.
That's like the sort of advice.
He's just next to Cardiff, like next to the bay. He's just like,
I'm watching myself. That is a problem.
It is.
Whoa.
It's because he sees like he sees with knowledge. He's got the spiritual knowledge, and that's acquired with hearing, and that's Prabhupada making the point that the ears are the most powerful sense, because we can see, but if we don't get knowledge from hearing, then we don't know what we're looking at at all, and even our depth of understanding of what we're looking at depends on what we've heard about that. So yeah. And the ears, they also like, if you're listening to someone tell a story, then you really travel to that place. So it
depends who tells a story though, doesn't it? Like some people just can't tell a story. Like I'm just my nothing's going in my ears. Like that's the thing. Prabhupada tells it in such a way, like even Tarkanath's classes. It's like I can listen to this.
Shiv Ramaraj is like that, so Dave,
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
completely destroyed your point there. Yeah. You can learn from a few years, because if someone tells a good story, it's like you're there. No, it's not.
Sorry, bud.
That's not true.
No.
That might be true sometimes, but not all the time.
Well, okay. Thank you. Thus, these books are the real easy journey to other planets.
Boom.
Yeah.
Like
that.
Nice. So, what are you boys doing next weekend?
What are we doing next
You got
week?
Rad Raman with us at the minute. You got the Guru Disciple course going on. It's called the ISKCON Disciple Course, IDC.
And that trains people up to be able to take a guru.
Yeah, trains you how to be a disciple in ISKCON. So ISKCON Disciple Course. So how to be a disciple, how the relationship with the guru goes, and it's a course that you have to do if you want to take initiation, take a guru from ISKCON. So it's a very important course. We'll be offering it probably later this year even as well, for those who want to do it.
Did you ever mention that Tarkanath's doing that? Like becoming a guru?
Did I ever mention it?
On a podcast?
I don't know how official it is yet,
It's not official, is it?
It will. It's pretty much official.
Okay. I don't know.
But here if it's at this point in the podcast, it's buried a little bit. So if someone digs into the podcast this far,
Yeah.
Then
So they get the inside scoop.
there's the inside scoop. Yeah,
Okay, so it could not be happening.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a few weeks, it'll be official, and then disciples will be able to start aspiring for him and stuff.
In a few weeks.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm jealous of them.
Radha Raman was saying, if I was around now, I'd take initiation from Tarek.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I would have as well. A lot of us would, because we would have just joined, and he would have been the guru, and yeah.
And that's how it always was in old Vedic times, and that like your town or village would have a guru rather than an international guru.
Yeah, and the guru is like, ideally, it's not just someone who just have a picture and picture on the wall, or and you think, oh, this is my guru, but then like it means you should follow their instructions. You have a relationship with them. You can ask them questions. They give you feedback and they train you. So it should be very practical. So that'll be one selling point. Is Wales has its own official ISKCON guru.
Nice.
How to be and anyone can become a guru. That's another sort of like, what's the word, like example or teaching that really Takanath is showing, is that you can be a guru. You can be from Caerphilly, you can be from the valleys anywhere in Wales. You can do whatever you do, and then anyone can become a guru, a spiritual master, a spiritual professor, a professor of transcendental science, antimatter.
And he's teaching that, isn't he? He's training people in that way, to look after others in spiritual life. That's our culture.
We should all, and that's what Prabhupada wanted everyone to, us all to become gurus. We should all become gurus almost. So everyone should become very familiar with the spiritual science and help others and save the world.
Take responsibility for others' well-being.
Yeah. Cool. Guru's a difficult thing. Like people might think there's a bed of roses and, oh, you're a guru, but it's a difficult job. Everyone's looking at you. Everyone's gonna, really you are a servant. A guru. Bhaktisiddhanta said he saw all of his disciples as his gurus because they're teaching him. He's there to serve them, help bring them closer to Krishna, and they're teaching him different things as well. And
then they say guru is not just a person; it's like a principle also, right? So it's like you have the Takanath said in class today, the Chaita guru, is it? Like there's a guru within. There's gurus without. Like you're one of my gurus, Gopala.
Oh, you're both my gurus.
You teach me a lot. But I noticed that even the new boys that are in the temple, they say stuff to me or heavy me out, and I'm like, fair play.
Like heavy you out, eh?
Yeah, Jacob heavies me out all the time.
Jacob.
But I take it.
What's he do then?
Give
us an example.
One example is because I wasn't going to the morning program that much, and he just came up to me and said, Bhakta-rupa Prabhu, why don't you come to morning program?
That's not heavy either, is it?
No, but it felt heavy. Nice. And then he said, you really should come to morning program because it would be good for you. So...
He's just being sweet and sincere because he want,
No, I know, but I took it...
Sharing his own experience.
Because guru means heavy, isn't it? So that's why I took him as... It felt heavy. Strong, powerful words of truth. So I was like, you're right, Jacob.
But I think, like you said, give the example earlier when that person said to Prabhupada, I should write books.
Yeah.
They last longer. And he took that as his spiritual master or Krishna speaking through him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So sometimes devotees might just be a young, a new devotee, and if they say something, do you mean if you put your ear to the ground, you could say, okay, that was a lesson. This is a lesson for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Prabhupada, when he was sick, and the doctor came and said, this man just needs to take a walk. Is it? Every day?
Yeah.
And then Prabhupada really took that seriously. And from then on, morning walks were his standard. So he just reminded me of that.
There was a Jewish doctor who came in and said, because Prabhupada was having a heart attack or a stroke or something.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
He said, problem is he's too spiritual. No, he said too much prayer.
He's from Wales.
He prays too much.
Problem is he's too spiritual.
Yeah. That's my Jewish...
He prays too much, man. Get on a walk. Go for a walk around the lake.
He's too spiritual.
Have a walk around the bay.
He's praying too much, And he's praying too much. He just needs to go for a walk. And he was being a bit, devotees thought maybe he's been a bit rude or something. And then, like you said, Prabhupada afterwards, he said, no, he gave very good advice. And Prabhupada started his morning walks from there.
So that's interesting because today in class, Takanath was saying about quoting Prabhupada about the formula for going back to Godhead. And he said the formula is Trinadapi Sanichana Taroripi Srishana. It means you have to be lower than a straw in the street. You have to be basically humble. And that's the thing. If you want to unlock that guru that can speak to you, Because you could, if you were proud, you go, oh, he's just a doctor. What does he know? Or he's in the coffee shop. Oh, you want me to write a book? No, I'm doing this. Or Jacob tells me to come to morning program and be like, who do you think you are? Do you know who I am? So it's like you have to be a bit lower to be able to actually tune into Krishna's guidance quite a lot of the time.
Yeah, you know, Ananda Chaitanya is, again, if you're this deep in the podcast,
Welcome.
You made it.
Ananda Chaitanya is
Welcome in.
he's trying to be a sannyasi.
Yeah.
And it's quite you got a lot of hoops you got to jump through, and it's quite an obstacle course in order to, people watch you and you have to. Anyway, so I was speaking to Tom.
Sorry.
And he was saying,
I just pictured Ninja Warrior then. For some reason. Got to jump from hoops. And,
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I was speaking to Tom was saying how it's nice because Ananda Chaitanya now, because he's doing the sannyas thing, he has to have a group of boys in the ashram, and every week they have to meet together and they read and they discuss. And he says, it's great that he's doing that because we get to do this every week now. And I was like, oh, that's really good. So he's learning to be a sannyasi, and he's also part of the training is he gets to, make sure they know he can look after a group of devotees and train them and stuff. And Tom said, no, he's doing it because they're meant to speak and he's meant to listen. So it's not to see if he can teach others and look after them. This particular exercise is to see if he can listen to the other devotees. And I thought that was a very interesting point. Do you get it? Like, to be that kind of position, like a sannyasi, which is meant to be the guru of society. One of the trainings isn't just so you can teach others, but can you listen?
Is it 11th canto? The Brahmana who has 12 different gurus, or 21 or 24. And it's like, do you know what I mean? The bits of nature and stuff, and he's...
The spider and the...
Yeah.
Yeah, because... Yeah, he has different gurus, like the bangles of the girl and, the different things like that. Yeah, the earth. And that's because Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says in his commentary that it doesn't mean like you start, like he says, it doesn't mean you start worshipping the spider as God. But you have your teachings that are given to you by your spiritual teacher. And anything you see in the world that helps you understand those teachings better, you see as a representative of your guru. So the whole world is a learning, cosmic
sensitivity training.
Yeah,
that's what Kim was on about last week, though, isn't it? Like how you guys were talking about it.
Garden, the earth,
the plant and the seeds, and and that's exactly what Krishna says, isn't it? That yo mam pasyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pasyati. Like when you see Krishna everywhere. Yomam pasati sarvatra sarvam chamai pasati tasyaham na pranasyami sachamena pranashyati. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me.
Love that one.
Yeah. But that's the thing, if you see Krishna everywhere, we are lucky, aren't we?
Yeah. Krishna. Okay. Are we wrapping up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Anyway.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, go on, lad.
It's not really a point. I don't really make like big points. I just make little...
You do,
you make big points.
Thinking like the
You're one of the big boys,
Big boy now, yeah.
You can see like the devotee. The devotee might just be like...
You're one of us now.
Yeah. Welcome to a table, but...
Yeah.
The devotee, he's like out and about and he's just looking, you can... I feel like, the devotee just has real gravity in his presence. And... just being out and about anywhere in the world, you can be taking, what we hear, then we look at, the outside world and it connects to us, like especially being on the farm, you were mentioning, all these Bhagavad Gita's teachings were popping up. And in this way, the external world is constantly bringing me back to Krishna. And it's like a loop, it's a feedback loop.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada would be expert that you'd see, like that story where he's going around and he's going for his morning walk and he has his cane, and it's all it's all icy, and he's cracking the ice with his cane. Remember this story? And then he goes a bit further and he starts cracking the ice, and he wasn't saying anything. And after some time, his servant Tamal Krishna Goswami said, "Prabhupada, why are you doing that?" And he was saying because the water is meant to be soft and like liquid, but when it's come in contact with this harsh cold, it becomes hard. So similarly, the heart of the living being is actually soft and like honey and full of love. But when it comes in contact with that harsh material energy, it becomes hard and cold, like ice. And it's the job of the spiritual master to break it and bring it back to its original situation. Or there was a time where Prabhupada looks at the floor and looks at these bird droppings.
I was thinking of that one, yeah.
I said, what does this mean? And all the devotees like huddled around it and looking at and trying to analyze this bird poop. And trying to work, what's it mean, you know? Krishna. And Prabhupada means that even the birds are attached to their places where they live, because he was noticing they must do it regularly, you know? They have to sit on that branch. And so he's just, the whole world is a classroom.
Jai. Okay.
Ready, Sham?
Hare Krishna.
All right, then. I guess we're done.
Should we wrap it up there?
Yeah.
Any last points, Bhakta-rupa Prema?
I don't want to go. I feel very comfortable now.
We can carry on.
I got stuff to do.
So you do want to go?
Well, no, I don't. No, if I do what I want, I'll probably stay with you guys.
Yeah.
But there's responsibilities.
Duties, yeah.
Duties.
Will you be able to speak a bit more on the, because as you spend time at the farm, you'll be getting some fresh realizations about that. So,
I'm a terrible time up here, boys.
It'll be an old school monk YouTube channel. Weekly
Sister
updates.
channel.
Is that the RuneScape one?
My RuneScape one, yeah. I'm going to pivot into IRL farming content.
What's IRL stuff?
In real life.
Uh-huh.
So
people love that kind of content.
That's your plan, is it?
Yeah. I got some steady viewers and weekly realizations. But no, I come back every day, every Sunday, every
month.
Every month.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That's episode 118.
Is it?
Yeah. Is that a significant number? No, 70.
What a good way to end it. That was the beginning.
Okay, yeah, that's meant to be the start.
Episode 118.
Yeah, that was meant to be at the start. Anyway.
Haribo.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavari Pachyacharya Sakarine Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane Namah Om Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavari Pachyacharya Sakarine